So how did like at what point did you decide, hey, I want to start a paintball company, or I want to get into this as my day-to-day job?
Um, I was, I mean, it's documented. We've done a video called Unemployable, which is, I'm not sure if it's actually online again now. But anyway, if anybody wants to go searching that, if you look for Unemployable, it's a story about me and Julian, which is my business partner, and Jack. And it's just how it got started for us, really. Um, I was, I got myself into debt because of paintball, because I'm an idiot and I was 17, 18, whatever it was. And the paintball store in Manchester, where Jack Wood, who still works for me now, his uncle owned it, and I used to go in there on Saturday and help with sales on the Saturday behind the counter. Me and Jack played in the same team, and that's what I was doing. And I was basically every Saturday I used to go down and watch Man City play football, and it'd be you have to pay for my ticket. I'd go to the boozer, have a bunch of drinks, curry after, whatever it was. The whole day, might cost me 150 quid. But then instead I was going into the shop and earning some money, so I couldn't do those things, and it was, it helped me with my debt. At the same time, we met Julian, who he had his story is completely different to mine, but he had a load of paintball products sort of thrust upon him because somebody owed him a load of money, and he basically went, well, here you go, you can have this instead of payment. And he went, what am I going to do with this? He didn't know what paintball was. And anyway, he started traveling around selling the gear. So he would also come into the shop on a Saturday, and he would sell his gear from the shop, really. So that's how we got to know him. We all started playing on the same team. And then the owner of the shop, a guy called Graham, who is Jack's uncle, his wife got really ill, and terminally ill, unfortunately, and he just wanted out of the business, and he had other businesses, and I was working at a rubbish sort of typing on computers, sort of data entry rubbish, nothing really, and I was very, very passionate about paintball, and I just said to Jules, do you want to should we buy this place? And the story goes that I was going out on a Friday night, and I sat in the bath at home. Had one of these, the big long phones with you pull the aerial out the top. So I sat in the bath, and I phoned, because I had no money, and I phoned up the bank and I said, I'd like to buy a car, and I need £5,000 to buy a car, and because that's how much it was going to cost. It was going to plan it with basically cost us 10 grand between us, and I said. And that's so they said yes, we'll authorize you can buy a car. So I came out of the bath, got ready, went out, and I talked to my friends. I said I'm going to buy a company. I'm going to invest this $5,000. So I came home the day after drinking heavily, and spoke to my dad, and I said this is what I'm going to do. My dad said you're an idiot, and then he said to me, but don't go and get money from the bank. I'll give you the money. So he gave me the money, the $5,000. And if you speak to him now, he would say he wrote it off the second. He might as well have set it on fire in his mind. And he still, it's funny. I love my dad to pieces. We're really close, and he still thinks I'm still messing around, and I'm not really. I've not got a big business, or I've not. It doesn't really compute with him. He was a mechanic, and he had 4 or 5 guys working for him, and he was very popular and well liked, in the area that he worked in. But he thinks he's the the man, and I'm just like this. I just still mess around, paintball and whatever. So it's yeah. So that's how it started, and that's and then we took over the business, and then we went from there, really.
So was the name of the business Planet Eclipse? How that name is so unique? Where did that even come from?
It started off as Paintball Planet, and then we started.